What's up people and welcome to Rauta Reviews. Today I'm gonna present you a Polish band that has previously done nothing. Basically, founded in 2017, late 2017 also proved to be the debut album year or month for this band. Well, not so much as a band as a one-man project. This is actually one-man project by a person known as Hunger from another Polish band called Stillborn, fame of Death and Black. Let's see what this Labyrinth Entrance debut has us to offer, called Monumental Bitterness. Here we do the little bit of unboxing without the jewel case involved. So here is the CD layout, very dark. You can see some sinister figures there. This is the track list, so it's all Canto 0 until Canto 6. The first one being a introduction or introductory track, so to speak. Here is the CD, one of those CDs which doesn't mention the CD name, so don't forget that on the table while you're drinking, or else you will have a hard time finding the proper CD tray for the particular CD. Anyhow, here's the cover. As you can see, there's a dark figure in a sort of not so much as dungeon, but a cavern, cave with skulls and a kind of devilish figure. That should pretty much give you the clue what this genre is, also logo and whatnot. And on the back side we see just, you know, the regular recording information and whatnot. Now inside this is more than an average CD. Nice pictures with the lyrics here, kind of give you the mood of what this album is all about. There's also this so-called band picture, only one man in the band, like I said, and the rest of the lyrics are here. So while Stillborn is kind of a dead black stuff, well, this is a different kind of perspective to the kind of a same genre. Well, the main focus of this one is kind of a atmospheric black metal. There's clear kind of a, how to put it, echo of death metal lurking on the background. Also because the tempo variance is, well, let's say, quite an important factor on this album. There's a certain doom metalish also hanging or lurking there somewhere. Now, music-wise, this is quite a bit different. While Stillborn is kind of a aggressive band and more straightforward, even kind of a more old school than this one, this is more, like I said, on the atmospheric side. And the way Mr. Hunger has actually put these tracks together is quite interesting. The thing is, this is one of those albums which is kind of, you know, apart. You know, what I'm trying to say here, you have a box of tools. Let me try to put it this way. And you normally have these tools in your box, all in the right place and all that stuff. So when you open the box, everything is kind of in place. Now when you take all these tools away from the box because you're just, you know, putting something together, it all becomes like a table filled with those tools or floor, and suddenly you have no clue where this certain tool is supposed to be. Now this is kind of a music equivalent, at least in the terms of extreme metal, to that kind of a tools apart situation. Now you're looking for a screwdriver and you're not exactly sure where it's supposed to be, and so forth. And that is the problem with this album. Now, like I said, atmospheric stuff combined in the, you know, basic kind of a old schoolish death metal and doom metal, that kind of makes sense, and yet at the same time it doesn't. At the best parts of this album, this is kind of like nice flow, not so much, you know, catchy riffs and, you know, chorus parts which, you know, kind of make your head bang and whatnot. But the atmospheric side is kind of a strong with this one. Not in so much as certain other Polish bands doing the same kind of stuff or similar, but certainly something that is quite enjoyable. But also this tools apart situation brings us to the kind of a situation where this band has a lot of more potential, you know, to go up and reach the levels of magnificent music, and is quite a bit of failing at that because, well, things are not always so compatible. So what I'm trying to say here is that meanwhile this album has a lot of good moments and kind of a good riffs and parts of atmosphere that, if it only was the, only were those best parts, it would, be really enjoyable to listen to. But now it has kind of a too much of those parts which are actually something you would like to basically skip over. And I think the situation, or the reason to this situation is because, well, those tools are too much apart, and you kind of spend too much time to, get, used to these song structures not being so much making sense in a way. I don't know if I'm making sense either, so just bear with me. So while this album has good moments, some parts are just way too mediocre for its own good, and thus it's only like half good. More good than mediocre, surely, but not then again, not fully good, if you understand what I'm trying to say here. When it comes to the production and vocals, well, this is not exactly a good stuff. It's kind of decent, yeah, totally doable and totally understandable, but it kind of happens to be sort of bedroom black metal symptom. Kind of like when one guy is doing just everything, he kind of lacks the criticism and output from the rest of the band members, or who knows, outsider producer. So kind of an interesting band and interesting album in so many ways. Labyrinth Entrance is surely giving me the good vibes that this band is able to grow bigger than its, main band, Stillborn. But with this CD, I'm just like unable to fully recommend this one. Definitely check it out, blindly buy it, maybe not. Go check out the samples first. And that's pretty much everything I can say about this album. Labyrinth Entrance, go check it out if you think it's your cup of tea. Thank you for watching this review, and as always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it so far, and keep the feedback coming. Rauta out. See ya.